What's up, friends? How you doing today? So this is a nice cloudy, bit overcast Friday. It is a Friday, and this is called Quiet Quitting. You're probably getting the theme of it now. Don't be mistaken, I don't do this every day, but this is a day that I will do it. This week I've been ill. I did check for COVID yesterday because I had to go to the office for a big meeting. So I did test and I don't have COVID. I didn't think I did. It's just been a lingering cold. I get sick maybe once a year, and it's a cold that usually goes away within 2 to 3 days. And normally during that time, I would probably go to work. I would still work heavily at home, but this year, no. Quiet quitting concept is hitting me strong, and every day I have more and more motivation to actually do the quiet quitting, because I've got to make the rest of my time at work as tolerable as possible. So what I decided to do this week is I'm going to do a vlog of my remaining days working, and every day it's looking more and more likely that my situation with work is going to end sooner than my contract does. So as a reminder, my contract ends in 1 year. We are going to have to make budget cuts, and that means cutting some personnel. And I'm part of the organization planning of this strategy, and I have placed myself on the chopping block. The first reason is I do not want any of my finance team to lose their job. I mean, I really don't. They're younger. Well, the one guy's a little older than me, but he still has a young family. They've got young kids in school, and losing their jobs would be a lot more detrimental than it would be for me. Yeah, I don't like losing my income, but I'm probably in a better situation where it's just my wife and I that can, I'll just try to find work where I can if I need it. I'm not going to work if I don't have to. It's not going to be voluntary. But I don't want them to lose a job, and the fact is my contract will end, and I am 99.9% sure it will not continue. Won't. And so that means my contract, I will lose my job within the next 6 months. So I just did a quick check to see how many weeks is remaining to the end of the year, and it's 30 days and 30 months, 30 weeks and 5 days. So I have 30 weeks remaining until I will likely be retired, versus the 60 if not 60. How much would that be? Anyway, it would be more than 30. It would be more like almost 60 if I have to work until next June. But I don't think it's going to happen. So I am going to do a countdown vlog. I started earlier this week of my remaining time at work. This is going to be my vlog. What does that stand for? Video log, I guess. Video log of my thoughts of the week, of the processes, the challenges, up until the day I'm done. And I think this will be something fun to look back on anymore. I'm more excited about living and having the second part of my life with my family, spending the time how I want to spend it, rather than sitting in an office and dealing with very frustrating, stubborn people that I don't want to deal with anymore. So I'm excited about this. I'm praying. I'm not retiring with millions. Not at all, not even close. I am retiring on a modest budget, and I just pray that God will make it work, and I believe He will. And I think God is ordaining this. I got the sense of 5 years ago that 2025 would be the year that I could probably move on and retire or stop working for an income like this. being under the pressure to sit in an office and be away from my family in Laos, and I'm just glad. It's amazing that it's a great feeling to be at that point. I'm sad that I'm in a job that I don't like. I don't enjoy. I like what I do technically, and I like what we do and the people we serve, but I don't like the situation, and I don't like the context, and I'm tired of the drama. I'm tired of the conflicts. I'm tired of the stubborn people who are not seeing. I'm just tired of it, and I'm excited for that to stop. So this is just going to be a vlog. I'm going to do a compilation of thoughts and random ideas and things, challenges that I have throughout the week, and then post them as a compilation rather than individually, because I might not be able to. I think that would be more interesting to see different things throughout the week. So some of the things that you did. So this is week 1 out of 30 and a half weeks, which I'll probably call it that in the heading. So what some major things that happened this week. So I heard that they're going to end the penny, the U.S. penny. I think that's very interesting. I can't, frankly. What did I see? They spend $13 billion a year on printing pennies, U.S. pennies, and I'm like, for what? What's the point of? I think environmentally, for one, I'm not a climate change freak, but I do care about the environment, and I'm like, all of that material, all that copper that goes into making pennies, and we're moving into a cashless society. I mean, we're just doing that, and I think about all the waste. So it takes 3 cents to make a penny, which there's no logic in that. 3 cents. And they have to keep printing it because pennies get lost. How many of them do you think are in the sewage systems and the toilets and lost in the streets, or underground, lost at sea? What's the point of keep printing these pennies when we're clearly in another different kind of economy and a different future? So, I know things, sometimes these bureaucratic moves take long to do, but I'm in favor of it. I'm in favor of it for the environment, and I'm in favor of it just for the practical side of it. I mean, how often do you use a penny except to throw into a wishing well, or I don't know, scratch off a lottery ticket if you have that. So very happy about that, to hear that. We are moving into a cashless-based society. I mean, and I think that really became evident with the rise of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And majority of what I do is cashless. I carry a little bit of money, even here in Thailand. I carry a little bit of money around to give to a taxi driver or a motorbike taxi, or small things. But if you go to China, it's completely cashless. Even for the small vendors who make meals on the street, it's cashless. You transfer from bank to bank. And I know there's some concern about control over that, government control, but I think that's coming regardless. It's just it's inevitable. And when you think about technology and stuff, very little done in cash. And so anyway, that's my thoughts on that. And the other thing is, I saw that so Elon Musk is stepping down from Doge. I think he's ending his time with Doge. I think they probably did some good things there and finding savings, exposing some of the corruption and some of the government bodies. And but my problem with Elon is that he is also an owner of the CEO of Tesla, and I think he has business to run. I think that's where he should be. Maybe I have a little bias there at saying that I do have some Tesla investment, and it is part of my future. But I'm glad to see he's stepping down. I think there was too much controversy over him, his business dealings, and also doing stuff with the government. I think he did what he should have done. He did what he's supposed to do, but I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad to see him go back to business and making Tesla what it can be. And not, I think Tesla is the business and what he's doing for mankind. To an extent, I know there's some controversy there, even for me, but what he's doing for the environment and what he's doing to just improve how people live. I think there's very few people out there who can do what he does. I'm glad to see him go back and be refocused on the business. And I think he committed to about 5 years, at least 5 years. And they do need him. This will be pivotal for Tesla's future. And what else this week? Oh, so the big news is, so I decided I want to have a church wedding with my wife. We are legally married and from Laos, but that's all it was. It was a legal procedure 2 years ago. We did make the best of it with her family, and we had a little party, and we had some photo shoot, but it wasn't the same. We want to have a Christian. We want to have a Christian wedding with vows made to each other in front of God. And so we went this week to talk to her pastor. He's a Thai pastor. We go to the service in the morning in English, and then she'll go to the service in the afternoon, and sometimes I'll go with her. But she's just developed this amazing little network of friends, very close friends who pray for her, and she spends the entire day at church. The pastor who loves her, I think, and she was baptized there, became a Christian there, and her and I just redevoted our lives back together in front of God there. And I went there, and I just want this ceremony to be something special, because it is a special place for us, where we've come to know God, and as a partnership together, and it's really awesome. It's just being on the same team like that, with relationship with God the way we do, has just elevated our relationship to a whole new level. We were great before. I mean, just an amazing woman. I'm always blessed knowing that I can't believe I have her. But this is something that we want to do, and before I end up leaving Thailand. So we have booked a date for and she's really excited now, and we're going to she's going to do all the coordination with her friends. It's something she can do. I don't care. She can do whatever she wants. This is her wedding. I'm in my mid-50s. She's in her mid-40s. Neither of us have ever been married, and this is very special for us. So we want to do something special. I did tell my sisters they're looking into flights for potentially coming, but the service will be 99% in Thai and 1% in Lao. So as a preparation, I've also stopped learning Thai, and I've started learning Lao. There is a difference. It's a bigger difference now that I'm really getting into learning Lao again, and the script and the letters and the writing. There's a bigger difference than I was under the impression of before. There's a lot of similarities that will help, that I think I'm 40% ahead of the game, but there's at least 50% difference that it's making it definitely a bigger learning curve than I expected. So I started with a tutor, and in the evening I do practice my writing, and I listen to audio, and I practice my shadowing, as they call it. So I listen to phrases and then I repeat them back. So I want to be able to give my vows and express my love for her in Lao when we get there. I want to do it in Lao because that's her language. Some of her family might be joining us, and she's really excited about that. So we might have some of my family who have never been over here, as long as I've been here in Asia for 11, 12 years now. and so they might finally get to meet, at least my sisters. They won't meet my parents, unfortunately. My mother passed 2 years ago, a little over a year ago, killed by a drunk driver in her 80s, and this is one of the reasons why I just want to retire or stop working. I don't. She passed taken from us way before she was healthy, long before she was due. She had another 10, 15 years in her, health-wise. So this is one of the motivations to stop working. We never know when we're going to be go, when our time is up. And I know only God knows, and we always want to be prepared. And so in this time, this is one of the things that's so special about God. She makes me appreciate every single moment we have together and to be alive. She really does. She reminds me of that all the time. I've never met anyone like her before. And I just want this to be special, and I'm really happy that we can have this opportunity. So those were the big things this week. I might end this later in another, just a closure for this week, and then start again next week with week number 30. Should be week number 30. The countdown starts, because I'm very sure this is going to happen. It might be sooner, but anyway, I'm excited, and I'm excited for what's coming, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to do what I can do here, and with my wife. So everybody, that's good. That's it for today. I'll check out, and until the next one, take it slow. It's Friday afternoon. I just got my a pedicure done, and I got my haircut. So the haircut across the street cost 150 baht. It went up from 120 baht, so that's about $5. And then my pedicure right here in the corner, she's really great. I come once a month for pedicure, and they charge 500 baht for the pedicure, which is about roughly $15-16. And then I got a manicure, which is 250 baht, which is about $7. So everything for 750 baht, roughly $23. I do the pedicure once a month, and the manicure every 6 months, just because I don't think it's as necessary. I do like my cuticles cut, so I'm a little bit diva in that sense. But the pedicures, you just can't beat the price. And so I'm going to start looking at health insurance, long-term health insurance for my wife and I, so when we stop working, I have something to move into. And I'm also going to book my Lao language lesson for tomorrow at some point. It's an hour. That's roughly $10 for 1 hour of Lao private tutoring online. So yeah, good deals, and I'll see you later.